Evening, everybody. Welcome along. It's Friday Night Live with the Rev and the crew. I've got loads and loads of questions. So if you do want to come and join us on the side chat, I have posted the StreamYard link up a couple of times. There it is. It is in the side chat. Click the StreamYard link. Come on, join us with the webcam. Without further ado, he is back from Fork City. He's got the bike rolling. We saw it on Sunday. It's my partner in crime on the Friday night. It's the one and only Mr. Simon GTR 1400. Evening, buddy.
Hello, Fork City. I like it. Very funny.
Good to see you. Good to see you. How you been?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right.
I
Struggling.
did notice a couple of your videos this week. The Bellins. Jesus Christ! How many people on mobile phones this week?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's been a few, isn't there? There's been a few. Yeah, tossers, a lot of them. Sorry, swearing already.
It seems to get worse and worse. Just people on mobile phones. You pull up next to a car and they're both hands normally as well. It's not in one hand. They're sitting there resting their elbows on the steering wheel, and it's like Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, mate.
yeah. It's a real pet peeve of mine. It really pisses me off. So rather than send it all off to the police, I just put them on YouTube now and hoping one day that somebody sees them.
Yeah, exactly. I've got loads and loads of questions tonight, so I'm just going to roll through the script. So we've got Bike Hub here, Evening Bike Hub, ZX9R's here, Simon Brackett, Andy's here, Ponkster's here as well. I've got some questions for Ponkster. I'm going to get him to answer the questions in the side chat, probably, if he's not coming on. Greyball's here, Code Grey. Who else have we got? Hayden's here as well. Now, obviously, we know Jess does her seats. We were going through our stockroom the other day. We're getting rid of all the Lex Moto crap that we've got from years and years ago. The old Lex Moto Hawks and Enigmas and ZSXRs. And I was like, I've got so many panels down at the garage. I just can't get rid of the damn things. So we're marketplacing them, but I'm going to put a post up. So if anybody needs any Lex Moto panels, message us at the garage because they're going to go really, really cheap. Either that or they're going in a skip. But we had about 9 seats. We've sold a few of them. But obviously, Jess was looking for some seats. So Ali popped over today and she's taken away 4 Lex Moto seats just to practice on. So good on her. So, yeah, I've got loads and loads of questions, Simon. I've been saying to people, if you want a question answered on the live stream and you're a bit too shy to come on camera or come on a Friday night and sit in the side chat with me, email me questions to mrrevbomb@gmail.com. And I must have had 100 emails, and 4 of them were quite funny. One of the questions was, when are you going to give up your Friday night live and let someone do it properly?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to send that one.
But as I say, it's not all about. I'm not TMF. I'm not 44 Teeth. We come on a Friday night, and 9 times out of 10, I never make any money on a Friday night because normally by about 10 minutes in, Simon has said something rude, and I get demonetized on my Friday night live streams. Do I give a flying?
Tell you what, people accuse me of swearing all the time. That really fucks me off.
Yeah, exactly. As long and YouTube have obviously brought this rule in now with the adverts that you're not allowed to swear in the first 15 seconds. Before we do anything, I am going to put up, and obviously Peaky's been doing this as well, the over 18s disclaimer. Adult jokes and F-bombs may occur during the entire show. And as me and Simon always say, it's over 18s. If you're here with your kids, you shouldn't be watching it. Or at least let us know that your kid's in the room so we can tone it down a bit. But me and Simon never normally do. We say what we see. When you meet us in person, we're exactly the same as what we are on camera. We don't have any airs and graces. Hello, kids, and all that crap. And let's read the parish news. We're not like that. It's just boys getting together on a Friday night. And if you went down the pub and there was a group of bikers down there, you'd get the same sort of thing. And Peaky said it, obviously on his midweek mumble, about if he was sat down the pub and there was a family there with their kids sat on a table opposite, and there's it's an over 18s pub, something like a Weatherspoons, you sat there with your kids, that there's going to be a bad language in a pub once a few blokes have had a few beers. If you don't like it, don't visit that pub. Kazumoto's here. Evening Kazo, or morning Kazo should I say. But Kazo's just done a really, really good video. I've yet to watch it, but Kazo normally bangs out some really good content. So hi to Gus and everybody. Is Simon driving the lorries yet? Yes, Simon is driving. Code Grey, my virgin ears, I can't handle all this cussing. We've only said one fuck so far. Oh, it's two now.
I've said two on my own already. I know that.
All right, okay, so that's weird. Yeah, but you know, if you don't like what you see on my Friday Night Live, you don't have to watch it. It's we're not here for the money. We're not here to make £1 million like some motor vloggers. We're here because it's boys on a Friday night, just getting together, shooting the shit and blowing the breeze, as they say. So it's as easy as that. Right, I'm going to start with I've got a massive list, at least 100 emails I've had this week. A few of them have been like really people just winding me up. Do I give a rat's ass? No. If you want to be but thanks for giving me your email address, because I've probably just signed you up for about 14 porn sites. That's the great thing when someone sends you an email, they forget that their email was attached to it. Thanks very much. You've just joined OnlyFans, gay version.
Yeah.
But thanks for that. A couple of questions then. So I'm gonna. Simon is probably one of the better ones, because obviously Simon is a Rosper rider. Helmets. I've had the option to buy cheap helmet, or should I go for something a bit more expensive? And I actually replied to him on that and said, come in the live stream. I always say to people, come in the live stream and hear the discussion on that question. You've got one brain, you've got a few brain cells left, especially at our age. You want the best protection of anything that you are going to buy. So when you buy a bike, you're going to probably want all the kit. Probably the most expensive thing that I would spend out is on a helmet. That is one brain, protect it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to look at it two perspectives now. There's the people that haven't got a lot of money. But saying that, would I buy a helmet for under £100? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. But if money's no object, you'd get a carbon one, wouldn't you? You know,
exactly.
£10,000
that thing sat behind me, obviously, that's LS2. That's the Valiant. And that's my second Valiant after the first one hit the deck. I paid £35 to have the first one scanned. £35 to have it x-rayed and ultrasonic and all that. And they said, there's nothing wrong with it. So I use it as my spare pillion helmet, backup helmet. But that thing behind me, £350 with all the extras on it. And obviously I've got GoPros on it, Cardos, drift cameras, road mics on it. But I do spend a lot. I've got one brain. I like to protect it to the best of my ability. Next thing, I'm going to buy myself a decent jacket, pair of at least Kevlar jeans, and some even if you can't afford bike boots, just go and get yourself a set of Doc Martens, some high ankle boots. You know, you can go to Screwfix and
hit the nail on the head there. Sorry, hit the nail on the head there. Go down the shop and try them on. Make sure you get one that fits properly.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said, Ponkster. Absolutely spot on.
You sometimes do pay a little bit more, but if you go to somewhere like Sports Bike Shop or somewhere like that, they do price match. So, and if they haven't got it in stock, they do get it to you the next day. So they are really good at
that. So that was the helmet question. The other one is a lot of people have cameras in their cars. Should I buy a camera even though I'm not a moto vlogger? Yes. You should be recording your ride, because there's always going to be the day where you're going to get an idiot motorist pull out on you.
Yeah, when it comes to insurance claims, if you've got a video footage, and it's not your fault, obviously, but if you've got video footage, that's it. Case closed. You know who's at fault. Many people driving lorries have all got dash cams and that in them now, because there's so many people driving like fucking idiots. You get in an accident. The lorry driver is automatically blamed, because he should be looking after everybody else on the road according to the new highway code. He's the least vulnerable person on the road, so he should be looking out for everybody else. But if someone's acting like a tit and driving like a tit, just saying it is your word against them, you ain't going to get nowhere. Get a dash cam, get something on your bike, even if it's real poor quality, but it shows images and what's going on, then that's a plus.
Exactly. You can, well, as you know, Zhead's done one. You can get these £15 action cameras that you can buy from eBay or B&M's. Even one of them is going to get you some decent. It's not going to be the best footage in the world. It's not going to be GoPro or drift quality, but at least it's recording. And it's always get a polite vest. It makes sense. Exactly.
On my previous bike, I bought a front and rear camera kit. that lasted 2 years before the weather regressed it and broke it completely. But that cost me like £45 off Amazon.
Yeah. So,
the video footage wasn't brilliant. It was wavy and everything else. You certainly couldn't use it for blogging or anything, Beaky. But it was excellent for if there'd been an accident. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So camera footage is always a good one. I'm going to skip the next question because I'm going to wait till obviously the bigger boys come in. Servicing. Someone sent a question on servicing. If I service my own bike, would it, and I know what I'm doing, am I, is that the option to go if I can't afford to go to a garage? I would say new bike, get it serviced by a main dealer or a reputable garage to keep it in warranty. If you don't want to keep the bike in warranty, it's a 3-year-old, 4-year-old bike, do the service yourself. It's very easy to drop the oil, change the filter. The spark plugs, 9 times out of 10, they're pretty easy to get to. You could do a service for about 30, 40 quid with your own parts, and a little bit of labour, chain adjustment and all that. But if in doubt and you don't know what you're doing, then hook it into a dealer. It's going to cost you anything from sort of 80 to 100, 110 quid for a service on a 125 or, even a big bike. But if you can't afford it, yes. If you know what you're doing, if you don't, there are shed loads of YouTube videos out there. Go and watch some YouTube videos and learn. The best maintenance is learning your own bike and what to do with your own bike.
When it comes to a new bike and servicing, as long as you get it serviced by a garage that can stamp the book for warranty, then that's good enough.
Yeah,
but then if you can't afford that, then I've done it before myself. Done all my own servicing before in the past. As long as you know what you're doing, and you use the right stuff, then I can't see an issue with it. Exactly. But do make a note of it in the service manual of what you've done at what mileage, because you forget.
And I can vouch for that. 5.5 hours to change a set of plugs on the GTR. So Darren could probably do that in probably about 2.5, 3 hours. But it took me 5.5. But I learned how to get the plugs out of my own bike.
BMW Gus Black. The new forks are mint, mate.
Yes, we did see it on Sunday. So that's the servicing one done. The other question was, I'm a new, he basically mailed in and said, I'm a new rider. I'm a little bit wobbly on the bike. I've only literally stepped on. I did a day CBT and was let loose on the road. Is it worth me spending out on extra lessons at the CBT school? The best lesson you can get is getting out and riding with other experienced riders. That is the best practice in the world.
Yeah, it is. Riding schools do it. I think it's a CBT plus they call it.
Yeah,
where you can go out for a day with an instructor and he'll give you some more extra tips and things. But no, it's just it's getting out and riding it. It's practice. It's practice.
Andy's just said, don't you get the BMW GSA soon? I do. Yeah, 3 weeks to go.
Another one. Another me too.
I just wanted to see what all the hype about these was. So yeah, I just wanted to see. Exeter's in the room. Evening, Exeter. You should see the grief I got for riding around the block with no gloves, let alone riding in shorts. Yes. Piggy's just said 100% advanced rider. Yeah, exactly. Go out, get some. If you want to do extra training, do some extra training. But the best thing to do is go out with bigger bike riders, because they will teach you everything you need to know, because they've had the experience and they've had the road sense. A lot of these like Rosper extra courses. There is a very, very good one in Milton Keynes with Nick and the boys. But that, I believe, that is starting up again on a Sunday soon, and he's doing one-on-one training as well.
Yeah, so if anybody wants training, get in touch with us. We can give you a link for the Facebook, and you can get hold of Nick and organise some training and join his little club.
Exactly. So that's that one. That's covered lessons. The other one was obviously a lot of kids buy 125s and they want to know, fitting an aftermarket can, will it invalidate my warranty or will it make the bike faster? No, it will make it louder probably, but it won't do absolutely anything for the bike. It's a 125 at the end of the day. If you want to go faster, go and do your mod 1 and mod 2 and then you'll learn. So that is the big thing. Grey Wolf, you buying a Triumph Rocket? Peaky's just said, go do a track day. Instruction, lessons, yeah, track days. It's only you that you're going to throw down the road. That's another good one as well. Me too. There's more GTRs at the Super Sausage and GS. There is now.
I remember that day. It was a very, very cold day, and all the GSs stayed at home. Yeah,
exactly. Military's here, Stevie. Good to see you, Stevie. Stevie's been down to London. I've missed him. Bloody hell! Who's that next to Rev Bomb? Yes, it is the one and only Simon. He's there. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, aftermarket cans, they are good. Do they improve the performance? No, they make the bike a bit louder. You know, it improves the price of the bike, but you know, if you can't afford it, stick to stock. Yeah, that's that one covered. Right, we're rattling through these. The other question was aftermarket extras. What is your favourite aftermarket extra? I'm not going to say my sat nav because my bike knows the way to Super Sausage. Probably the best aftermarket extra on my bike is that seat that I've got, my GTR seat. It's slightly lowered, a little bit more of a back to it than Simon's, but it is bloody comfortable. And I managed to get that off of eBay. So sent my seat off, had it recovered, had it refoamed, and he put me a heat mat in there that's wires into my little button. Have I used it? No. Heated seat, don't like it. I tried it once and it felt like I'd wet my pants. So that was
overcooked your piles, didn't you?
Yeah, that instantly got dewired and the switch killed, and yeah, that was a waste of money. But the seat is comfortable. I'm not going to complain about the seat, but would I have a heated seat on a bike? Absolutely bleeding not. But what's your favourite aftermarket extra, Simon?
I've probably got a combination of them more than anything, but I like my screen. It keeps a lot of the wind and weather off you. That's pretty popular. I like my sat nav because it tells me where to go and what to do. And I like my intercom because it connects to my phone, my sat nav, and I can listen to my music and that. So yeah, a few bits and pieces.
There we are. Gus has just said yellow ducks are popular as an aftermarket.
Oh yeah, me quick as ducky. Yeah.
Yeah, quick as ducky. Yeah, and the antisocial social club sticker as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say hi to Adventures of Bella the Enfield. Good to see you, buddy. They were on Peaky's midweek mumble. Now, if you've got nothing to do on a Wednesday, I'm going to promote this a little bit. Peaky Biker has a Wednesday night midweek mumble, and it's great. I normally sit in the side chat because 9 times out of 10, I leave my crash helmet at work, and my road system is wired into that thing back there. So otherwise, you end up with an earful of Henry the Hoover, which you probably can still hear in the background anyway when I'm editing videos. Andy's just said I wouldn't have a bike without a heated seat. Testing the afterburners on a Sunday. Yeah, that's true. Lady J Rider is here. Good channel, people. If you haven't seen Lady J Rider's channel, go up and check it out on YouTube. Very, very good channel.
Lots of content coming out on that one. Good one.
Yeah. Best accessory, Howie says, R&G crash bungs. Exactly. You can't beat a decent set of crash bungs or crash bars.
I like crash bungs if you're going to drop the bike while it's standing still, but if you're going to drop the bike while it's moving, I don't like crash bungs.
And Ray's Moto Life's in the room as well. Good channel as well. So go and check out Ray's Moto Life. Peaky was on that, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. So he went and jumped on their channel. By a parachute, Grey Wolf. There we go. So that's covered that one. Aftermarket extras. We've done the cans. I've got 3 to go. Unrestricting your 125. Is it worth unrestricting your 125? It's not like the old days where you used to have your RD 250s and your RD 125 and you could bend the reed valve to get a little bit more power out of it. It doesn't work like that. Most of the bikes now are electronic fuel injection. If you want to get extra power or unrestrict your bike, change your sprocket size. So you want less sprockets on the front, more on the less sprockets on the rear, more on the front. So up your cogs on the front, down your cogs on the rear. That is one way to do it. Or, as I say, go and do a mod 1 or mod 2. Now, we had a customer come in, Lexmoto Echo. Simon knows the Echoes very well. The little old Lexmoto Echoes, 50cc. And he went to Lexmoto and said, how do I unrestrict my Lexmoto Echo? Well, you can buy the CDI unit, the unrestricted CDI unit for the bike. It will change the map of the bike. It's 290 quid. So this customer spent 290 quid. They basically unplugged the ECU, plugged the new one in, and it's plug and play with these. You just plug it in, turn the bike on, and away it goes. They sent a letter of complaint to Lexmoto along with the ECU CDI unit and said, we want our original back. Why? We put it on our son's bike and this Echo does 45 mile an hour. It's too fast for him. He should be doing...
Isn't that what you wanted? Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you wanted. But it's like absolutely stupid. I'm like, if you want to unrestrict a bike or you want to go faster, wait till you're 17, buy yourself a 125. If you can't get on at 125 and you don't think that 60 mile an hour is fast enough for you, go and do your mod 1, mod 2. The national speed limit is 70 mile an hour. Me and Simon never break the speed limit apart from the odd run to 72 mile an hour. We never break the speed limit. And you're gonna open yourself up to a can of worms if you're hacking around on a 125 breaking the speed limit. So it is as easy as that. I don't get YouTube. Been trying to get on with the comments. But yeah, Blake's Pipes is here. Military got my new seat through yesterday. Saddleman road sofa, absolutely brilliant.
Oh, very nice.
Lady J, I swear by a sissy bar, lash down stuff on it, and pillion bonus, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Unrestricting a 125, you'll probably go from 60 to 61 top speed. Exactly. Big hi to Exploring United Kingdom. Another good channel. He does some really good videos of getting around the UK. Let's go through some of these comments. Can't believe Reg didn't mention the extra. Oh, we shall get onto these bar muffs in a minute. Oh, bloody things. If you want to make your 125 faster, stick a Rotax 125 car engine in it. Yeah. Don't upgrade it. Lay flat on the tank and screw the nuts out.
I caught him doing that.
Exactly, yeah. Put a rope round Mrs. Bob. Yeah, shoots off the back. I'll have an anchor. Exactly. Full model engine, turbine engine. Strap the back off of it. Hey. Just going to say hi to Scooby's here as well. And to make this, we put it on a fucking bus. Exactly. Now there was one on the Lexmoto page. It got taken down very, very quickly because the guy was bragging about it, and then 2 days later was not bragging about it. He took a Lexmoto ZSB 125. God knows how he did it, but he took the engine out and strapped a Yamaha 250 engine in it.
What?
Yeah. He slammed a Yamaha 250 engine into a Lexmoto ZSB. Didn't report it to the DVLA. Did not report it to his insurance company. He was 17, hacking around, and got pulled by Uncle Bill because they obviously wanted to know why this bike was so loud and why he was doing 75 mile an hour. Had the book thrown at him. Basically got himself arrested. They seized the bike. No insurance. Driving not in accordance with the license. No, because obviously no insurance means no tax. Altering the specifics of a bike. There was they threw loads at him. He ended up with a 4-year ban and £1,000 fine. So 4-year ban. And on a 17-year-old license, he now has been told he cannot do a CBT. He has to do a full test before he can ride a motorcycle. All for the sake of wanting to go a little bit faster and slamming a 250 engine into his 125 bike. Have I got any sympathy? Absolutely bloody not. You're a dick. You shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. DNA Danes here. Did a video mentioning channels. I got a lot of about different channels. Well, I like channels. Thank you very much. Oh God, there's loads of comments. I can't keep up with the side chat. Got to edit and upload it. Yeah, quick as fucky stickers doubles your BHP and torque. It does.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Scooby's just said he must have thought he was Iron Man or something. Yeah. The thing is, if you're going to modify your bike, even the slightest thing, and I had it with the GTR, you have to even if you change the exhaust, you have to notify your insurance company. I have an aftermarket exhaust on my bike. You go and crunch your bike, and the insurance assessor comes along and goes, "Oh, he's got the latest Akropovich can on it, or he's got a Remus on it, or Yoshimura." They're going to go back, look at your record. Did you declare your exhaust? No, insurance companies will do anything to get out of a claim. Sorry, you've got an aftermarket exhaust. You didn't declare it. Your bike is not legally entitled to insurance. So you have to absolutely include everything. I phoned them up and said, "Oh, do I have to declare that I've added a top box and haven't put Oh, you've put bar risers on the bike. Yeah, you've changed the specification from original. You have to declare everything, even a set of bar risers on your bike, because you're altering the specifics of the original bike. So make sure you declare absolutely everything." And see, mine came from a dealer with a Kropovich fitted. Is it a mod? No, it's not. If it comes as standard when it came out of the unit, then yeah, it is part of the bike when purchased. But if you've actually done the modification, you have to declare it. Pinky's just said Blake's pipes. Yeah, how you doing, Mugger? Yeah, all good. So that is that one. Unrestricting a bike. Right, the final one. I have noticed, and they messaged me and said, "I've noticed that you, Simon, Andy, have all got drones. What is the best drone for doing bike videos? Although people don't do YouTube, they want to know how they can shoot footage of their bike from up above. If you've not got any skills, or you want to start out on a drone, go and buy one of these £100 ones from eBay, because you go and crash an expensive one, you're going to know. Once you've got the hang of using a little one, get yourself something like a DJI. I use the Mini 2. I think Simon's got the Mini 2 as well, and so has Andy. And if you haven't seen Andy's video where he actually flies it inside the shop, go and watch Andy GSA Tractor's last video when he went up to Gasoline Juice, because the drone flying on that is absolutely superb. Andy does some really, really good drone footage. Peaky was looking at the Mini 3 Pro, which is obviously the new one with the inbuilt screen on the controller, but it's great. You know, our one's just, you slam your mobile phone into it, and if your controller starts losing power, your mobile phone will actually charge the controller. So the power goes both ways. So if your phone's running low, your controller will charge, but the power runs both ways on that, and they're very, very easy to fly. Quick one from Peaky. He's just said, "What tires do you use?" Yeah, exactly.
Black brown ones.
Yeah, the big black rubber ones that go around the rim. I used to use Michelin Pilots or Michelin Roads. Obviously, since getting the GTR, Simon's obviously got me into the Pirellis, and I absolutely love my Pirelli Angels. I've got the Angel Angel GT2s, I believe, or GT2s, aren't they?
Yeah,
not the STs. But great tires, and it leans around. I wouldn't touch Avon. I had Avons on the back of it before, and I squared that thing off like a 50p piece. But the Angels, absolutely. Pirellis, I love my Pirelli, but everybody has their own tires. So Andy's got Pro 4s, but there's loads of drones out there. Any of the DJI's minis are great for space, and they're very, for the new user, very, very simple. Exactly that. Thanks, Stevie. And they do 4K as well. Yeah.
Yep.
DNA Dane, I've just bought an Insta360, so learning how to use that. If you want any advice on Insta360, speak to Andy, because he's got the mod where you can actually put the Rode mics into the Insta360. But speak to Andy. Andy is the 360 king at the moment. What type of bike would you recommend for someone who's finished their CBT and is 17 years old? Depends if you want geared or if you want scooter. Shop around. There's some good bikes on Facebook Marketplace. You can get Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, or Kawasaki.
There's so many different styles of bike without knowing the person and knowing what they want to do. What sort of bike do they want? Do they want a sit up and beg? Do they want a cruiser? Do they want a sports bike? What it's just
Yeah, go and. I would always say, go to a showroom, sit on half a dozen different bikes, and find what is good for you. Because some people like sport. I had 40 years of sports bikes. I can't get over a sports bike to save me my life now. I've knackered me back up. But I always said in my very first videos, you would not see me on a touring bike and you would not see me on a Harley. My perception of those bikes changed instantly as soon as I got the GTR, and I love that GTR. It flies. It does everything I want. It ticks all the boxes. Would I trade it in for anything? Someone come and said, I'll give you £1 million for your bike, and you can have a Ducati. I'll buy you a Ducati, and you can go and ride a sports bike Ducati. I would tell them to bugger off. Give us the money, but I'd stick with my bike. I love how it handles. And everybody has their own opinions of bikes. Let's have a quick go through these. You can't ride big bikes to start riding. Okay, too much military here. Need to ride 50 miles out. Simon, 9K on Michelin Road 5s. Yeah. The Road 6s, very good on the GS. Great tyres. Second set got 10K. Peaky's got 10K out of his. 360, brilliant when you learn how to edit. Versatile, currently my only camera. A lot of people are now just going to one 360 camera. Don't talk about backs. I know. Tell me. After I got smacked off, I cannot get over a sports bike again. Here we go. For 4-wheel tour, I've just fitted Road 6s on an SV 650. Great little bikes, the SVs, I tell you. As Dane said, there is a massive, massive selection of bikes out there. If anybody wants to come and jump on camera with us, you're very welcome to do so. I've just posted the link to StreamYard up there. Come and join me and Simon. So that covers the drones. Now, I'm just hoping that Ponkster is still in the room. This is the bit where Andy goes, good night, I'm buggering off out of here. Because when you go touring, do you prefer hotel or do you camp?
Hotel.
Yeah, Andy is one of these strict ones. He will only ever go and stay in a Premier Inn or a 4-star hotel if he is out on the bike. You would not see Andy wrapped up under canvas unless he's fell off the bike and it's a body bag. Personally, I love a bit of moto camping, and Ponkster is. If you haven't checked out the Ponkster's channel, go and check. Just type in YouTube, put Ponkster, you will find him. Ponkster is very, very good at wild bad camping. So literally just pitching up in the middle of nowhere. But as I always say, even if you aren't camping, the amount of times that we've gone down Super Sausage and there's a 20-minute queue for a cup of tea, and I always say to Simon, I just wish I brought me bloody jet boil now, because I could have brewed up in the car park in about 5 minutes. But if you are sort of doing a long run, get yourself a jet boil, a little bit of water, and just get some sachets of coffee. It literally takes you about 5 minutes to just have a quick brew up. Let's go through some DNA.
That's what Costa Coffee's for.
Exactly. We agree, Andy. Yeah. Stevie's off. You've got to get back to work. Thanks for coming in, Stevie. Have a great day, mate, and look after yourself. It's not a break or holiday. You have to build your own accommodation. That's very, very. But obviously, I'm going to be doing Wild Bad 23 this year. So go and catch up with Ayrshire Vlogster and Lockwood 92. And all the boys there, and obviously Richie Vida. But Wild Bad 23 is camping only. But yeah, I'm going to have a little. Steve is just off to have a little bit of fun with a $7 million drone. Enjoy
it. Crash it just for fun. Crash it for shits and giggles.
Oh, brilliant. He's off to film the new episode of Star Wars: The Return of the Jihadi. Oh, did I just say that? Oh, for God's sake. All right. Oh, well, that's going to get me demonetized. Yeah, that's the channel gone, isn't it? Wish I could camp more, physically too knackered these days, so I have to go for digs and B&B. Yeah, exactly. Monkey Revolution, might do a cook-up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There are.
Still not going to get me sleeping in the fucking tent. No, it's still not going to happen.
See, I went
turn up for food. That about it.
There are loads and loads of tents out. You can because you've got the things like the Slummit Club 2 and the Lone Riders one. one I've got is pretty darn good. Yeah. Sandy's just a camping for poor people who don't like their partners. There's nothing better than cuddling up in a sleeping bag late at night, mate. And hearing the eerie sounds and and the rain lashing down on the tent as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, let's go. Exit. I wish I could camp, but I hate it. Yeah, some people do. As I say, there's a good one here. It's going to be a heat wave for Wild Bad Weekender this year. Richie has already. I'll tell you what, if it is,
that means it's going to piss down with rain all fucking week. You watch.
Yeah, it probably will. So we shall see when we get there for Wild Bad. But it's first time I've actually had a weekender. So Ventures of Bella. I like my Meteor 350. Lovely to ride. Exactly. Rally side 10, but rather trying to panic if the airbed delays me care. Yeah, you can't just have a sleeping bag on the floor. You've got to have the airbed under it. You've got to have a little bit of luxury.
You might as well just take your fucking mattress and that with you, aren't you?
Exploring the UK, I like camping in caravans. Gareth's here as well. Camping sucks. It's the illusion that people like it and won't admit it's crap.
Correct. Well done, Burning Gas. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wingman of the road tent. Yeah. Exploring. Oh, well, I've just lost that one. Exploring United Kingdom and cabins. Yeah, a lot of people go obviously glamping and all that sort of thing.
Glamping. I do glamping. I'll try burn things down when I go glamping. Though.
There is. Oh God, I can't think of his name. Sean from Tins on Tour. Him and Faye. Sean and Faye from Tins on Tour. They go glamping every year, and it's basically a shed. It's a shed with heating in it. But it's got 2 benches in it, so you've got 2 single beds, and you chuck your sleeping bag in there. I think it's about 25 quid a night or something. But when you pull onto the site, he's here. I'm going to bring him up down there. How you doing, buddy? You all right?
Hey there, Mucker.
Is he sitting inside a wicker basket?
Yeah. You was on about extras or something, so I've gone to have a massage. What you on about?
He's at the Thai shop.
Extras or something. Hey, David, you're right.
Yeah, good. But obviously, Tins on Tour has got this place. They had 8 cabins to start with. They've now, I think, got 36 little wooden huts that people just turn up on their bikes glamping. And they've got a pizza wagon there. They've got open air music. They've got a massive, great fire in the middle of the field. So they all sit around the fire pit getting covered in smoke. But if that's the thing for you, then happy days, 33-inch airbed queen. I see people camping in boxes in town. They look well pissed off. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just thought I'd jump on for 20 minutes because I'm on a granddad duties tonight. So.
Oh bless.
I just thought I'd jump on. How are you?
I caught your first midweek mumble on Wednesday. Good show, mate.
Cheers, Mucker. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's nice, man. That you know what I mean. All the lads are in the side chat as well. Do you know what I mean? It's nice, man. So I just, like I say, I've been out the last couple of Fridays on the lash, and after the last Friday, I got lashed up and come on here. I don't think it's a good idea to come on.
We did get in a bit of trouble, didn't we? We're not going to go into that, but me and Peaky got into a little bit of trouble for getting too lashed up. So yeah, I'm down to just a couple of glasses tonight. I'm in moderation tonight.
But I just wanted to jump on because
I'm getting pissed.
I just, like I say, I'm only having a couple because I'm on granddad duties. But mate, you've to be fair, like I say, I've been watching them. To be honest, I've been watching them whilst I've been in the pub. So when I've been to the toilet and stuff like that, I've been having away with my phone watching it. But yeah, so I thought I'd jump on, man. But you've got some new people in the side chat, so fair play to you. You're growing your channel, Mucker.
I thought I'd come back with a bit of a vengeance. 23 watching and only 9 thumbs up. So if you haven't thumbs up on it,
I have.
Smash that like button, people.
Yeah, smash the like button. And don't forget, normally after me, Simon does his stream as well on a Friday night. So you can all go jump on Simon's channel. Pogs face. Walking the dub, listening on my phone. Yeah, if you want to know about wild bag camping, go and check out Ponkster's channel. It was him that got me into bloody jet boils and.
So what has he announced what he's doing yet? This fucking Richie Vida. Has he announced where it is or anything? Yeah.
It's the same place as last year. It's the 28th, 29th, and 30th of July. Let me just.
Oh right, because I thought he was holding out, saying he was getting some new place, some off-road capability or something.
Well, it's 28th, 29th, and 30th of July because I bought my ticket already. 135 quid for the weekend. But they do.
Is that beer and everything as well?
Yeah,
food and beer.
I don't know about the beer, but the food's chucked in. So yeah, as much as as much as you can probably eat. I should probably eat a bloody horse and a half. But yeah, they got live music, band, marquee, loads of stalls. It's worth the money. And you can hire, if you don't want to take your own tent, you can hire one of their tents.
Yeah, it's how much it is. It's how much it is to hire one of their tents.
About 35 quid, isn't it?
I think it's a bit more than that. I don't know. I've just heard differently.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'll take my bloody own.
I'll take your own personally. But yeah, but you just saying about what stuff you're doing this year. So I'm just gonna basically quickly chuck it out there what I'm doing. So
yeah, go for it.
I don't know whether. To be honest, I don't know whether I'll do.
I'm going to go and get a top up, mate. You tell them your itinerary.
All right then, okay. So Simon, basically this year I potentially may get to Wild Bad Weekender. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely doing Ride to the Wall. If any of you guys have seen Ride to the Wall, so I'm definitely doing that this year, and that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at a drone for this year. So I can ride with everybody, but at the same time, I can get up and get above and watch other groups coming in and get some good footage. And then I'm definitely 100% after talking to a lad called Mark from Leeds, fucking ABR.
But he's not from Leeds, is he?
No, Mark from just outside Leeds.
Mark from just outside Leeds. Yeah.
Mark from Leeds, who's actually from Nottingham, but Mark from Leeds. Yeah. So yeah, and there you go. Different site this year. I'm sure. I'm going to say I thought he hadn't said where it was from.
Yeah, more the Sheffield side. Well, I don't care.
Oh, right. So I thought it was Derbyshire. I heard tinklings through the grapevine. He was looking at Derbyshire. But yeah, that and them are the three I'm looking at doing. But definitely doing the ABR festival this year.
ABR is meant to be a good one. I know Exeter's doing ABR this year, so
yeah, definitely doing ABR this year.
People, yeah. Let's just roll through. Food isn't free at the Wild Bad Week. Richie's getting different food vans being on site all weekend, so you can pick and choose what you want to eat. Oh, right, there we go. Simon's
So surely, because last year it was kind of all inclusive apart from the beer. So that means really, what are you paying the extra for then? If your food ain't included, what are you paying the extra for?
Yeah,
that's what I'll be asking.
You pay for Richie's holiday.
Yeah, Lady J. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great to see all these new people and interacting in the side chat. It's massively good. Yeah, we're up to 27 at the moment. It's probably one of the biggest.
When I jumped on, there's 31 watchers when I jumped on. 31 watchers when I jumped on.
Bloody hell. So it's doing pretty good. So yeah,
I have got it on my telly, on my iPad, on my phone. Never know where Exeter gets like 34 watchers. He's got his kids' iPads logged into everything.
Yeah, it was more expensive last year, 150. So yeah, it was 135 this year if you bought the complete weekend pass.
Yeah. Exeter, I'm only joking because you'll probably rip me now in the side chat. I'm only joking.
He's too old. He probably didn't even know you was talking about him.
4 left since speaking during that does surprise me. I'll have to shoot off because I'm taking Rev's channel off him and he's money and everything.
I don't care. I love having you on. It's great. It's just boys on a Friday night. Yeah, I miss the midweek. I'll tell you what, Peaky's midweek mumble. It's great, isn't it?
It's just one of them, mate. To be honest, like once I'd been on your live, it kind of, after a couple of months, it kind of inspired me. And I was like, right, I just need to see if I can actually do it, if I can hold the conversation and keep people engaged and get that people like us three. It always helps when they've got people like who can talk, hold the conversation, and so that when there is the quiet times, they can ask a question or carry on talking or and ask another question on top of a question that you've asked to just broaden the chat up. But
there was, I think it was the first one of the first couple that you did, Peaky, where you had your army mates in.
Oh mate.
It was great, and I was sitting there thinking, bleeding out. It was like squaddy times, mate. It was like just reminiscing.
Mate, it was good banter, that was.
And then
good
someone had put in obviously the ride group. Fucking hell, Peaky's channel was like watching paint dry. And I messaged him, went, you don't fucking understand these guys, how they talk. If you've never been in the services, you don't understand the banter that's going backwards and forwards. Go and fucking watch Teletubbies or something.
Mate, it was just all as it is all I wanted to do for that 1 week. I'm going to do a couple of weeks, but for that 1 week, I just wanted to invite the lads that I ride with, that when I struggle, mentally, or I'm having a down stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why us lot are touring two times a year, just so that when we get together, we can have a chat, we can shoot the shit, we can kind of explain stuff a little bit more easier because you can talk to somebody in a common language that everybody understands. We all serve together, so we all spent a lot of our time in the military. And it's just easier being able to talk to somebody who is, 1, there, 2, knows the language, 3, is relevant to how you're feeling because they feel the same.
Exactly. And then because obviously, as I say to people, what you see on a Friday night is exactly how we react. But there's no airs and graces. We're exactly the same when you meet us in the flesh. And when you came down to Super Sausage, like, fucking hell, 15 quid for a fucking breakfast.
I wouldn't mind, but I asked that bird if you had a slate, because I thought I'm going to bang this straight in slate. 15 quid for a brew and a breakfast. Let's go straight. And she went, no. I was like, that bastard, man. That's done my head in there. I wanted to bang it on your slate, just so when you paid for your coffee, they was like, yeah, mate, that's like 33 quid. You're like, I've only had 3 coffees. What you want to make?
The thing was, though, who was there last week? We had Maynard, Rhythmic, Uncle Red, Simon was there.
Uncle Red weren't there.
Red
Red
had COVID, didn't he? But there was loads of. There was Slow Bones was there. Loads of people, and I said, I'm just gonna go and scoot and get a cup of coffee. And I came back with 6 cups of tea and 2 hot chocolates. And I went, here you go, guys, help yourself, teas and chocolates. And they went, oh, how much? And I went, no, it's on me, don't worry. I always treat people to a cup of coffee or a tea if they're down Super Sausage. And 9 times out, Simon missed out on the breakfast because obviously me and Phil got there and Simon didn't get there in time because he'd gone to the bloody garage.
Well, it's because you left fucking early and all after telling everybody where you was going to meet at what time and then decided to piss off early.
This weekend, mate, I'll treat you. So Andy's just said, Simon, you should go camping on an electric bike and do a nice.
Well, if I've got an electric bike with me, I'm not going to be cold, am I? Because I'm going to be burning the fucking.
It's going to be, this is the tent. This is the
Imagine Andy on an electric bike. Okay, that's going to look like a BMX.
He might have to see that with the cost of living, yeah.
He'll be going to the doctors to get some bum cream. He's that far up with the crack of his ass.
But, as I say, Friday night is just about shooting the breeze, having a few beers, having a chat, getting everybody in on the side chat. And the other, obviously, the one here, I have been waiting to cover it, but I thought I'll hang back until we get a few more in the room. Female riders on motorcycles. I'm a female rider. Every time I go to the local bike meet, all the bikers look at me. Yeah. We don't get that at Super Sausage, do we, Simon?
And she tried putting her tits away.
That might be part of it, yeah. But we get female riders come down Super Sausage. Ali turns up. We've had Bait and Bike Bird. Jess has come down. You've got the girl that turned up last week. She turned up on a whacking great big R1, and everyone was like more interested in the bike than they were in her. They were too busy looking at her bike.
I do think though, and this is just me putting me 10 pence worth in, but because you don't see that many girls on bikes, when I mean, for me, it don't really bother me if a girl rides a bike or whether they don't. But when a girl turns up on a bike, you can see, especially the older boys, they're more like, oh, a bird on a bike, oh, you know what I mean? And it's a derogatory or nothing like that, but it's because it ain't seen that often. Yeah. It's like I suppose if you ever see a girl on a building site, it's a massive thing. Everybody knows about it. Well, it's just one of them. I just think that
it's just because of the rarity of actually seeing it was why people look.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah. I don't think it's staring because you're a
minority as bikers. Yeah. Tom's here as well. Evening, Tom. But you know,
Tom,
you look at some of like the big names of the motor vloggers. You've got like username Kate. You've got what is it? Ruby Rides, Itchy Boots, Norley.
I think Tom needs to watch his channel because of all that swearing he does. He's going to get demonetized soon. Just watch your channel, Tom.
Yeah, but you know, there's some great female biking channels out, and you know, and people go, oh yeah, but a female can't ride as good as a male does. Believe me, there's one of the girls that goes to Super Sausage, and she's normally there with Dad, Jenna Hanford. And she is, believe me, she can throw a bike around the track. I think she got pole position this month as well. So she's a darn good rider. And everyone said, oh, yeah, but a bloke will always ride a bike better. Believe me, it's all about carrying it. It's nothing to do with the weight, who you are. It's about carrying your momentum of your bike through that corner, carrying the speed and momentum through a corner. And if you've got the bottle to push the momentum of the bike through that corner, you are going to get good lap times. It doesn't matter who you are.
I tell you what, when we was in Spain, we was at Almeria, and the first time we'd ever seen a girl on the track was Jenny Tinmouth, right? And we all, me included, I'd never seen a girl on track before, so we was all like, oh man, I hope she's going to slow me up, you know what I mean? Mate, she set off, mate. I see her for another 4 laps till she overtook me. And she's gone.
Yeah. Gone. Kate was up at what was it, MCN last year. She was up on the bike shore stand with Foggy. And I know Foggy pretty well. And obviously hey Kate, how you doing? And she looked over, she went, oh, hello, Rev. And I went, how the frigging hell, because I didn't have my jacket on, I had my Eclipse jacket on. And I went, how the bloody hell does she know my name? And she's obviously seen the channel a few times because I've commented on it, and she's obviously clocked the face. But she went, and she knows most of the big bikers or most of her followers by name. And I'm like, bloody hell, that's really good. Twap, yeah, as a channel, two wheels and a ponytail. But once again, her channel is very, very sexually orientated. If you go and look at some of her videos, bending over the bike, tight leggings, trying a race suit on, you know, some females will push. I've got a body, I'm going to push it. Absolutely no good me banging a thong on because I'd lose subscribers. But some people, Kate.
I just want to address this for Lady Jane. She's put there, so all blokes are as fast as each other. So all I was trying to explain there was, as a racer, if you can watch somebody go through a corner quicker than you, then you know that you can go through that corner as quick as them. The point I was trying to make is, she was rapid. I couldn't even compete with her through the corners. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you said earlier, it is all about body positioning on the track. Obviously, getting upright as much as you can, not leaning over. Do you know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to get across is, you know, she was phenomenal, and we had that instant thought that she's going to be holding us up, and she died, man. She dusted us all. I think she won the race. I think it was a 30-lap race. I think she won it with about 3 laps to spare. Absolutely smoked us. But yeah, it's.
You ever done Isle of Man, Peaky?
I've not done the Isle of Man. I've done the Manx.
It's I'll tell you what, Isle of Man is a bloody crazy track. I took the it was the CBR up there, and flew that round the track. It was only a 600, but for a 600, you were like 16,000 RPM on some of the straights. The engine was straining. I'm thinking I'm going to pop this engine before bloody long, just to make.
When I raced the Manx, it was years ago now, but it was a pre-injection race, so it was all like the pre-injection R6 or GSXRs or the Kawasaki ZX6 pre-injection R6s and stuff like that. But yeah, but I never done the Manx. I never accumulated enough points whilst I was riding in the UK.
Go on.
I did a lot of European endurance racing, so I did a lot of, like I say, like 24-hour, 12-hour, 48-hour racing. I don't really do a lot of solo racing, if I'm being honest. It don't really, short circuit stuff don't really flap me about if you've only got 8 laps, 10 laps, because they try and cram that much in to that one day or that one weekend. There's only got to be one bad crash, and they can write the day off at 2 o'clock, and there's no races after 2 o'clock, and then and then Sunday you're all struggling. Obviously they condense everything down to get the races on the Sunday. So
there we go. In fairness, when it comes to racing, some people just have a different mentality. It's just impossible to compete with. Yeah, some people are just no fear whatsoever. Some people are like, whoa, that's a bit scary, and I'll back off for the next half a mile.
I got to the point, I'll never forget this, and I've done a fair few years of racing, and I said to my missus, I'm like, I get worried when I'm going into corners too fast and this, that, and she was like, why? I says, because obviously before I'm thinking about the kids and this, that, and the other. And she says, you got to get out of your head. Get it out of your head. You're going to enjoy yourself. 2, you're going to race. You're going to go around that track as fast as you can. So you need to forget about it. And then once she said that, my whole racing career completely changed. It was like a red rag to a bull then. As soon as somebody overtook me, I was that aggressive into the track. It was.
There we go. I'm going to paste up a couple of while we're nattering away. I'm going to paste up a couple of channels. So that's in the side chat. Lady J Riders, go and check her channel out. I'm going to see if I can find Blake's pipes as well. Let me have a quick look.
I was talking to that Blake's pipes the other day, and because we was on about the algorithm of YouTube's changed now. Yeah. And he says he was on my live, and then like 2 days later, a video popped up of me promoting the live, and he was like, how's this work? I says, I don't know. I says, I think what it is because you've watched one channel that's watched another channel, so it's promoting all these different channels now, rather than before you'd only see a block of whoever you was watching. Yeah. You know what I mean? You might get the odd one here.
Love review, not got channel yet. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. I've just found it. Yeah, I want to try racing. Not been able to tilt for the bike. If I try riding a sport, yeah. The thing is obviously some people ride with their elbows out. The idea is if you're on the track and you want to get the speed, get the elbows inside your knees and tuck yourself right in. Get yourself a small, because believe me, a little bit of wind deflection will knock a couple of miles an hour off. When we did, I did Isle of Man, Christ, and I'm talking 5-6 years ago now. I did I think it was one of the last Mad Sundays before they shut the Sundays down because too many people were killing themselves. I actually did 1 lap of the track, and believe me, that 1 lap of the track killed me. I was absolutely bushed. That's sweet. That's what you call cornering.
That was me at Anglesey.
Yeah.
That's better. That was me at Anglesey.
Cornering. That was after he fell off.
You see, when I did the Mad Sunday and I got back and he said, you didn't do too bad. How many times have you been round? I went, it's my first ever time. I said, it was a little bit airy on the corners, but I got round. I didn't fall off. And he said, you didn't do bad. You were 47 seconds behind the lap leader. And I went, oh, is that good? And he went, it's not bad for a first time, but you're still 20 seconds slower than the lowest placed rider.
Yeah, here's one for you. If you look at that knee slider,
Oh,
let's get that
jeez.
down. Let's check that. Right, look at that knee slider there. Let's get the pen. So let's get the right angle. So that's a hole in the knee slider where I've gone through. So I'm down to the mesh.
Jesus.
And that's what I used to do. That's how I used to recoup my money. So I used to buy a set of knee sliders,
Yeah.
smash them in, and then put them on eBay for like 15 quid. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that used to buy them.
Oh, Paul M's here. Good evening, Paul. Good to see you. I only ride fast if I need to get over it. Can you ride a 2-stroke 125 at 17 on a CBT? Yes, you can. Yes, there is no speed limit on a 125. As long as you're staying below the national, you're fine. And I love some of the old. If I could find an old RD 125, brilliant fun. Or even the old Suzukis were good. I can't remember what I think they were called, the ER or something, or the AR or something. But they were great little 2-stroke bikes.
Or you could get a Honda C90.
Great bit of kit. I love those.
Mate, that was wicked. We took that Honda C, mate. We raced that everywhere. Mate, it was class. Best for a laugh. Best racing you'll ever have in your life. It's just such a laugh. It's brilliant.
Let me just bring up this other channel because he's not got many subscribers, but it's a bloody good watch, and it's Exploring United Kingdom. So there we go.
I've been watching him a while. I've watched his channel a while.
Yeah, Exploring United Kingdom. That's his link in the side chat, guys. Just go and check his channel out. Tom's, when I was younger, I used to take loads of risks. I only ride fast when my GoPro is turned off. I ride fast when the GoPro's on. Burning gas. Oh, here we go. Gary said TZR125. That was it. Yeah, the TZR125. Buy me in bulk, take a grinder to beat you. You'd be rich by now. Believe me, the amount of people you see putting grinders, well, not grinders, but the sandpaper discs to their back tires to make it look like they've been round corners.
I'll tell you what, we used to watch loads of people do, especially the novices. So they could only get the right knee down, right? So what they used to do is go around on the right, get the right knee down, and then pull into the pits. And then on the next session, they'd drop the knee pads over.
Oh, I'm going to bring someone on. Believe me, if you want to do wild bad camping, this guy that's coming on, he's probably going to be down in this corner here. Oh no, he's down here below me. It's the Punkster, everybody.
Evening.
I'm muted. There we go. How are you doing?
How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Believe
it or not, wild bad camping is due to this bloody guy down here watching some of his. I've got a jet boil. I've got a tent. I've got the airbed.
I did get your question, Peaky, on my last video, and I'll send you a message to answer that.
So, no problem.
He asked me what was the best cooker, and it's not a simple answer. Jet boils are good, but they don't do everything.
All I'm thinking is not my main concern, but when I do this charity ride, I just want to be able to pull up somewhere, get a brew on, as quick as you like, because obviously times is of the essence. So just to get somewhere, a bit of cover, get the boil, get a boiler on, get a brew on, quick as I can, drink the brew, and then be on the way. I don't want to be like I'm army, so unfolding stuff to put into stuff and all that shit.
In answer to that, a jet boil or a copy of a jet boil is the way to go, because they're self-contained. They all fit inside themselves. You don't need a kettle. You just put your water in the top, switch it on, and they're really good in windy conditions as well. So, I mean, they're not ultra lightweight, but they're certainly far better than they're not super heavy either. So, for what you described for boiling brew up kits, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Lady Jane comment there, I am going to make a flask, or try and make a flask. But obviously, sometimes you open the flask up, you have one brew, you get to the next brew, and it's lukewarm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's got that air content in there. Then, so
I mean, the thing I like about a jet boil, if I'm away and I'm living on dehydrated food and I want to brew as well, my jet boil will boil a litre of water. So I don't have to boil it up twice. I just put it on once and it'll do enough for my meal and my brew,
Yeah, you could chuck some pasta.
Simon's grimacing about the thought of
Packet
dehydrated food.
pasta, or what do they call them things?
I say I've never seen that in McDonald's or Burger King or anything. Dehydrated burger, you know.
I'm sure you could get one. You could probably get a dehydrated
I'll tell you
burger.
what, I'll tell you what, Ponk, hats off to you for doing it, but it is not my thing. I would not.
I have no problem with hotels. I love hotels. I just don't like people. So if I could get a hotel to myself, I would go. But the thing about where I go camping, and I don't tend to camp on campsites either. I go wild camping to get away from other people, because even on campsites there are dickheads. And actually, the COVID thing, when everybody wanted a cheap holiday close to home, they all thought, fuck it, I'll just buy a tent and go camping. So they weren't actual people who understood camping or respected other people on campsites. So it was the worst 2 years of camping I've ever had on campsites. Now, that makes me sound like a snob, and I don't mean it like that. But there were people with like generators, and it was just, shite. So wild camping gets me away from other people.
Yeah, and I totally get what. Yeah, just you, the bike, and in the middle of nowhere, stars, the noise going on around you is great.
And it's minutes away from the house as well. I mean, I'm in the sticks in the north of Scotland, so I only have to. The wild camping spot where I've filmed a few times on a beach is like 10 minutes from here. It's literally, I can go if I decompress. If I've had a bad day, I'll say to my missus, I'm just going to pop out for the night, and I go and camp on the beach and come back, and I'm back home by like 8 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Grey Wolf. Yeah, Rocket Boy.
Is that your dog snoring, Peggy?
Great fun.
Mine's here. Look, here's mine.
Stop now. In who was listening, stopped. Mate, he's always gone, he's like Bagpuss.
Yeah, camping code. The camping code is if you make rubbish, take it home with you or bury it. Depends what it is. Leave it as you found it, should I say? Yeah,
unfortunately, that's not happening. And I mean, I was giving some advice on where to go wild camping, and the biggest one is if other people are going there, don't go there. Like, so if it's a castle or there's a car park nearby, forget it, because there'll have been inconsiderate campers who have left a load of shite behind. And I've spent so many trips cleaning up other people's rubbish. It pisses me off, to be honest. But it's just because people go camping doesn't mean that they give a shit about the countryside.
Exactly. Yeah. And I totally get where you come from. The amount of rubbish you see where you just pitch up and you think, Jesus Christ, and you've got like McDonald's bags everywhere and bloody Coke holders with straws in them. And you're like,
well, it's normally dead tents. It's normally people buy their tent in the supermarket, they go away for a weekend, get shit-faced, and then leave all the crap in the tent and just leave the tent because they can't be bothered packing it away.
No big business to worry about in the UK. The only thing that I think probably the only thing that you're going to get over this way that's a bit dangerous is the badgers. But yeah,
no, without a doubt, gamekeepers are the worst thing you're ever going to run into when you're wild camping.
See, I never knew until I started looking into some of the camping stuff for this charity challenge I'm doing. You're not allowed to wild camp in the UK.
Not in England and Wales.
No. You am in Scotland.
Scotland, it's legal.
So obviously it's March, April, May. So it's only like 2 months away for me for this big charity challenge. And now I'm going to have to start looking at booking something on the West Coast and all down south because unless people can put me up on the coast, I don't want to be riding inland, half an hour, 40 minutes just to sleep somewhere. I want to get as close to the coast as I can to stop on my route. I mean, I've actually, after last weekend, going up to Scotland, looking at the roads in Scotland that I'd planned or that I've got to do, some of the roads, my sat-nav saying I can do, 50, 60 mile an hour on some of these roads. There's the road that I went across by Loch Foyne. Is it Loch Foyne? By Loch Foyne. It's like a gravel track. You can't do 20 mile an hour down there.
The submarine pen road. The submarine pens. Yeah, it is really gravelly, and it gets a lot of wash off the hills,
And it's like that as well. It's like a nice flat road. It's like this. So
that's an A road, that is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. My sat-nav was saying 60 mile an hour, and I'm like, you're on the laugh, are you? So I've actually solely because of that road, and speaking to other people that have done that whole a bit more of that west side on the proper on the coast, being up there, that says that's unrealistic, you know. So I've actually given myself another 4 days. So I've given myself 14 days. I was aiming to do it in 10, but I think that, like I say, looking at them roads now, that's unrealistic. So I'll give myself 14 days.
A lot of sheep on the road up that part as well,
Yeah,
because it's not part of the North Coast 500, so it doesn't get a lot of traffic. The bits off that route, they can be kind of not that much traffic. It'll be the post van, and that's about it that goes down those roads.
Yeah, like I say, some of the roads are nice, and especially once you get round Lock 5 and you go down and then up towards Alban,
Yeah.
Alban.
Yeah.
So them roads there are nice. You can stick to 40, 50, 60 mile an hour. But some of the other roads, like I say, I solely went up this weekend just to check on the roads that I've never done before. And like I say, some of them, if you're doing 20 mile an hour, you're doing well. So,
Curious Goose, is wild camping right in the middle of a roundabout. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in England, it's stealth camping most of the time.
Yeah, stealth camping. That's it.
But then I do that anyway because you don't want to draw attention to yourself, even though you can legally be there. There's a difference between having the legal right to be there and having the moral right. And if you're on somebody else's land and they come up and say, "Oi, piss off," if you just say, "No, I won't. I've got the right." You're going to, even if they bugger off, you're going to be awake all night worrying about them coming back with a shotgun, aren't you? So
exactly,
if they don't know you're there, it's great. So I tend to stealth camp anyway, and it also stops other people coming up and camping next to you, which, believe it or not, has happened. I've been in the middle of nowhere, and a bloody camper van came bounding over the top of the hill and parked next to me. Quite politely told them to fuck off because
Gus has just said, "What does Ponkster think of the Wingman of the road tents?"
I'm not hipster enough. It says he with a red tartan shirt on, but no, they're a bit hipster. They look good thrown over a Harley, but they're not very practical, really, in my opinion. But if you've got one, use it. Doesn't matter what tent you use. In truth, just get out and use it.
Right then, gents, I've got to shoot off because I've got granddad duties to do.
All right, cheers for coming on, Petey. Much appreciated.
No problem.
See you later.
See, I went to the it's basically the Lone Rider. It's a copy of the Lone Rider, but it's a damn good because you've got all that extra bit at the front where you can park your bike. But I don't tend to park the bike in it. I just tend to use it as my brew up area, my storage area, drying stuff out if I have to.
I've never got parking your bike inside the tent because my bike lives outside anyway. It doesn't really bother me if it gets wet, and I certainly wouldn't be cooking inside my tent. People worry about cooking inside their tent because of the stoves, and yet they'd be quite happy to stick a motorbike full of petrol.
Exactly.
That also would kill them if it falls on top of them inside their tent. So I don't get that, but I know a lot of people do. A lot of people buy I can't think what it's called, but there's the tent that holds it. I think the Wingman is more of a kind of tarp type tent that leans over your bike, and
that's it. Yeah. I picked up one at Daytona to see what it was. It's bloody heavy. All tents are noisy and too hot in the summer. Then you've got the flaps that you can open. You can open the side vents and get some air through them. So. And you've got the mesh screens on the internals as well, so you can fold your doors up, and you've got that mesh screen that gets rid of the heat as well. Or just
cold, noisy, and too hot in the summer.
Yeah. I've never had a problem.
You're in the wrong place. If it's too hot in the summer, you're not in Scotland, are you? That's for certain.
What's a good beginner tent? Well, any tent's a good beginner tent. Ponkster knows, even
a Euro Hike Tamar 2. That's the best cheap tent you can buy. Euro Hike
in America,
Tamar 2. Well, they'll find something like that. A freestanding dome tent, but go buy one from Walmart. If it keeps the rain off your head, it works. That's all you need to do, really.
Here we are. BMW Gus. What tent does Ponkster recommend?
For a cheap one, a Euro Hike Tamar 2. It's a 2-pole dome tent. It's big enough to sleep me, and I'm 6'4" and too many pounds. And it'll sleep me and my panniers and everything else. For a lightweight one, I've just bought one and I can't remember the name of it. If you look at my channel, plug for my channel, I've just done one and I've got a little one that packs down about that big.
Can't stand it again. Their Premier in is a good.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if I could get a Premier in the spots that I go to, I would use it.
Kayam, yeah, the Kayam's a good one. Yeah, so absolutely spot on. Yeah, the Kayam tent is quite a good one. Millets. Oh God, does everybody remember Millet? Are Millets still going?
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, Millets have always got a good. They've always got a good deal on like sleeping bags, airbags, all the little extras that you can get. The one thing that I do tend to take with me wherever I go is one of these Nocco boost boxes for bump starting the bike. I don't take it. I don't need it for bump starting now because I've got a battery on the bike. But the Nocco pack is great if you want to charge up your cameras or your phone, and there's enough charge, and you can put it on the bike and just charge it back up while the bike's running. So
the thing about buying kit for moto camping is it's different to buying kit for what everybody else uses for camping, backpacking, because we're not bothered about weight particularly. We're bothered about pack size. Yeah. So it's like a lot of gear is kind of more pitched as being ultra lightweight, and actually you don't need to go ultra lightweight, and that's where the cost comes in. Ultra lightweight stuff is really expensive. So you can go for something that's a bit heavier and suits the shape that you need, like across the back of a bike.
Yeah,
it could be quite a long, thin tent and fit. So you'd be surprised what you can use for.
Yeah, Exploring UK just uses a tarp. Yeah, some people do.
Tarping's great, but you can't keep the ticks and the midges out, can you? If you're in Scotland, and that's the reality of it, you know. And you can get tents that are lighter than a tarp. Believe it or not.
Eurohike Backpacker DLX2 man tent. There we go.
Yeah, Eurohike's a good tents. I mean, there aren't really bad tents out there, but just some tents will last longer than others. Cheap tents only last so long, you know. So.
Andy, Simon, I use Airbnb when I was. Hi, Darren.
That's about as close as I get to camping is Airbnb.
Well, I'll tell you something. Some of the better spots that you would never been able to stay in before have got glamping pods. I heard you talking about it when I was walking the dog, and my friend's got a place called Cairngorm Glamping up in Strathdon, and it's right in the middle of the mountains. It's an absolutely amazing place, and I've been really fortunate to have known the family who own the land for years, and it's just an outstanding place. And he was a farmer for years and years. And they had a really heavy winter and it basically killed his business. And out of the blue, he just decided that he was going to build a campsite. And he's been running it now for about 10 years. And it's just awesome. And they've got little pods, wooden pods that he's built himself. And each pod's got a jacuzzi, believe it or not, a heated jacuzzi. And they're fully heated. They've got Wi-Fi. I mean, it's proper posh, you know. And it's in the middle of the mountains. It's just an amazing spot. I mean, there are no hotels, there's no shops there or anything. It's really in the middle of nowhere. So it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
And, and there are lots of places like that.
I've been to Cornwall twice and stayed in a shepherd's hut in Cornwall, which is probably the closest I get to camping. And it's one of the cheapest, best accommodations ever because we're not eating there. We're eating out every day. We actually stayed just outside Bodmin, so we're sort of central Cornwall. And days out, just point the bike and go. And
well, this place is in a place called Strathdon, so it's like you can go over the top of the mountain to Granton-on-Spey and head west. You can go to Bremar the other way, or you've got all the Royal Deeside just down the way. So it's kind of pretty amazing spot. I love it. Absolutely love the place. I'll answer that question somebody asked about bed mats.
Airbed or ground thermo mat or airbed.
I have a bad relationship with air mats. And I've bought some really expensive ones and I've burst the buggers. I'm clumsy. I'm a big, I'm a big fat fuck and I have a habit of kneeling on air mats and bursting them. So I've recently gone back to foam mats, believe it or not. And I've got a back problem. So lying on the ground's not perfect. But yeah, when your airbed lets you down, it's a really shit night. So foam mats don't deflate.
And it's all about how much you can pack on the bike as well. So you're always looking the size of how much you can fit in your panniers, top box.
Yeah.
I tend to cram everything. If I go out, I tend to go out alone. So it's how much I can cram across the back seat as well. So that's what I tend to do with mine.
And again, my gear is, you'll see in my last 2 videos, I wasn't on a motorbike. I was walking, because although I do a lot of wild motor camping, taking a motorbike up someone's private land or on land is very confrontational. You know, if something's going to press people's buttons, it's you riding across on a motorbike, particularly when you see my rat bike coming across the field.
Yeah.
It looks like they're coming in the apocalypse. And, you know, some people, it really makes them lose their shit. So I do walk. I've also got, and Simon's going to really look at me like I'm mad, I've got a mountain bike. And, but that said, you know, I'm not a Lycra boy. It's a mountain bike with rack on front and back. And I literally just loaded up with my gear, and I pootle along like estate tracks, shooting estates in the Highlands that I should be able to ride a motorbike on, but I can't. So I ride my bike. Any way I can get into the hills is what I do. And when I'm packing for a rucksack, I carry different kit to when I'm packing on the motorbike. And that's when I can carry a foam mat on the bike, it's too bulky sometimes. So I will have a roll-up airbed, for instance. And it's the same with stoves. We were talking about jet boils. I use a jet boil if I want a fast cup of char. But when I'm stealth camping, I use an old-fashioned alcohol burner, like a Trangia thing. It takes bloody ages to boil water. I mean, like 5 or 6 times more than the jet boil. But it's completely silent. So if I just want a chilled out time, I put the alcohol burner on it. I'm not in any rush for that brew anyway. So it's, you know, different gear for different activities. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, have you had a good week, Simon, says Darren?
Yes, mate. Very good. Very good. I'm going to get my bike back. Big shout out. Darren Spears fixed it. He's a genius. Kawasaki Magic. There you go.
Mr. Kawasaki Magic. I did give Darren a very, very good plug. Phil would probably kill me when he watches last week's live stream, because we were chatting about obviously bikes. And I said, yeah, we do a lot of 125s. But Darren, when it comes to actually the heavy machinery stuff, where Darren goes in and strips down engines and does clutch rebuilds and pulls bikes apart and does major forks and head bearings, we haven't got time for that sort of stuff in our garage, because our ramp time is really essential at the moment. But Darren does a very, very good job of pulling stuff apart and doing his job. And Darren is a bloody good mechanic. Phil's in as well, so he's probably heard that now. Evening, Phil.
Darren actually, I've got pictures somewhere of Darren stripping my bike down, not my GTR, my Versatile, and rebuilding the gearbox. And it was the frighteningest thing I've ever seen, because my bike is in like 5,000 bits with all the gearbox laid out. And I'm like, how's it all go back together? He went, oh, don't worry, I know.
Yeah.
And then I watched him put it all back together, and I'm like, how do you know where everything goes?
Exactly.
And that's why you get what I call mechanics and fitters. A fitter will get a new part and put it on your bike, where a mechanic will make a part put on your bike.
Yeah. So yeah, Andy's off to bed. Thanks for coming in, Andy. Much appreciated, mate. But yeah, it's, you know, you get all types of different mechanics, and
he's a mechanic.
You get the mechanic, and that is Darren. Obviously, if you haven't seen that, go and watch the PCX video that I did this week. This bike comes in. He brought it in for a service, and he paid, I think it was 1,600 quid for this bike. Honda PCX. It's done 38,000 miles, and he's paid £1,600 for it. And it's obviously an ex-delivery bike. And the guy, fair enough, the guy's wants to go and do Deliveroo. He wants to earn himself a bit of crust, and, you know, fair play to the lad for going to do that. But Jesus Christ, I've got this pipe hanging off, and when we actually got it on the ramp and dropped the oil out, there was literally about half a pint of oil in it. That was it. And the young lad that's doing my service for me, McCauley, said, where's this pipe go? It goes to the top of the rad. So take that cover off, take this off, take the aluminium vent off, and you'll see that this radiator is melted to buggery at the top. So far, it's disintegrated. There's no water in the bike whatsoever. I went, wow. Oh, crap. Well, put some oil in it. And then we'll tell the customer he needs to get a new radiator. £405. Spoke to Sue at Grafton. She went, yeah, the radiator's 405. I ain't got that sort of money. We'll go on eBay. So we found the part on eBay. I said, this is the part you want. We're not going to offer a warranty. It's up to you to source it. If it doesn't work, it's your responsibility. Radiator come in. We slapped it on yesterday, topped it up with coolant, check the oil, fired it up. This bike turns over. I thought, how has he been riding this for a week with no oil in it, no water? And this piece, but bloody hell, that he's got these most stupid bar mitts. I've gone out, I've got my gloves on. I can't reach any of the blood. I'm having to take my hand out to touch the indicators and put my hand back inside the bar mitt again to ride the bloody bike.
Come on, you love a muff. You do.
You can't. Yeah, oh, bloody hell. Put your hand in the muff. Yeah, exactly.
Words right out my mouth.
Nothing better than slipping your hand into a warm muff.
But yeah,
but it's a warm, dry muff, isn't it? You really
Exeter said it's a Honda, it will take it, and we done that really cheap for him. And I said to him, I said, do you ever know how to check your oil and water? No, I just get on the bike, put petrol in it, and ride and do my deliveries. I'm like, this is how you check your oil. This is how you check your water, mate. And he went, oh. I said, you need to check your tyres. And I went, why is that? I went, because you had 8 psi in the front and 15 in the back.
As a future rat biker, that is definitely.
But bless him, he's out riding on it. He's happy chappy. So yeah, you know, and anybody that wants to be Deliveroo Uber, then good luck to you. You know, if you're going out and earning the pennies rather than sitting on your ass earning dole money, then good luck to you, lad. You know, well done.
Fair play.
But there is a lot of Deliveroo and Ubers in Milton Keynes at the moment. Everybody's doing bloody delivery. Just think how many pizzas we can get in the GTR, Simon. We should be able to do deliveries.
I don't think I could make enough money for that. It's all short ops, isn't it? It just costs too much in fuel at the end of the day.
Darren just said, Rev closes his eyes, rubs his fingers around his mentally. Yeah, you can't be. Yeah. Lady J says, "Gotta love a rat." Last three have been. Yeah, last three have been. Yeah, you can't beat a decent rat bike, I tell you. And there's some. We were looking at, obviously Phil and the other guy Cameron were looking at bikes today. You know, what should we get into the business, because we deal a lot in used bikes. There was about 10, 15 bikes on there. It was like, gee, no. We found quite a few nice ones, but it's all down to Phil. Obviously, have a look at them, get them in, go and view them. Yeah, but getting older second-hand bikes at the moment, there's so much crap out there, and they want so much for it.
People are hanging on to bikes.
Yeah.
It's still the hangover from COVID as well, where people couldn't get new ones, so they all went out and bought second-hand ones.
Bought second-hand, exactly. Now, muff, yes or no?
You're still struggling getting older
bar mitts. I cannot get on with hand mitts, bar mitts, buddy. I can't even get on with heated seats. I pulled mine apart. I do not like a heated seat. Not my style. Andy loves it.
Because it cooks your poles like popcorn, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give me a decent touring bike. Heated grips. Well, apart from, I've only got one heated grip at the moment because my throttle one's packed up. But Andy's gave me a spare set to put on. So most most of them end up at the garage. Expect everything for nothing, and most of the bikes are really bad. Yeah, they turn up and it's like, oh, my bike's not working. Can you fix? And then you say to them, you know, oh, we're charging this much an hour. Oh, you not do it for 60 quid? No, mate. You know, ramp time is essential. If you want to make any money out of it, you've got to sell your ramp time. You don't do anything for free. You know, if you want to go and have a cheap fix, go and speak to Polish boy around the corner that runs out of his garage at home. You know,
and 125. So when you learn how to look after your bikes, I mean,
exactly.
I know, and I get why if you've got a brand new spanking bike, that you take it under warranty. But once you pass that, it's time to learn how to do the basic shit, dropping the oil and the plugs. It's particularly if you're strapped for cash. If you're a young lad and you're riding a fairly easy to work on bike, you know, it's pretty hard to get that wrong. Buy a manual, you know, learn how to do it. But I know a lot of people can't see past new bikes, and I was following a thread on Twitter of somebody who was saying that he's saying bye-bye to biking because the interest rates were so bad he couldn't buy another bike on whatever it was, PCP or PPP or whatever the thing's called. And I made the suggestion that maybe buy a cheap bike and, you know, have some cheap fun. And you'd think I'd suggested that he went out and shagged his mother, you know, because it was like, no, cheap bike. And I'm like, well, you know, and he was going, well, you know, what if I buy a bad one? You know, you can get stiffed at a dealer. You know, you can get stiffed at a dealer. Just
oh god, yeah.
You know, if you've been riding bikes for a length of time, you can. I mean, yeah, there's always a risk, but that's the same with buying anything. There's a risk and you can get stiffed. But if you're not spending a lot of money, you know, a couple of grand on a cheap bike, like Exeter said, a Honda, buy a $2,000 Honda. Chances are, if you did nothing to it, it'd still go for another 100,000 miles because they go forever.
Yeah.
Just have a bike and have fun on it and stop worrying about them. It seems the young riders particularly are like, what if this happens and what if that happens? Well, you know, and I'm probably tempting fate now, but I've got a rat bike that's done just under 100,000 miles and I've never checked the valves on it. And it's still going strong. You know, and that's just because on that particular bike, checking the valves is an absolute ball ache. And also they don't go out of spec. But other than that, you know, I've changed its oil and put new plugs in it and check the tyres once in a while. And I ride that thing off-road. You've seen it in some of my videos, you know. I ride it over mountains and I wring its neck all the time. And that bike cost me £1,000 15 years ago.
Oh, there we are. Gus, maybe you should do an instruction video. Basic checks, oil, water, brake. Yeah, daily checks like some kids. I tend to do what's called the walk round. It takes you 2 minutes to go around, check all your bolts, look at your discs, look at your tyres, check all your lights. I'll have to do one of these walk round videos. I'll get the GoPro out and possibly do that maybe this weekend. Phil's just asked, what does everyone think of AJS motorcycles?
I used to like them when they were an English company. I'm assuming that the name's been bought up by somebody.
I don't know. That was a leg one. Yeah.
Are they a new brand now?
I know AJS are going strong at the moment. Obviously, we've taken on because we were predominantly Lex Moto, and we had this guy pop in from WK. Now WK is part of the Quadzilla brand. So Quadzilla owned like CF Moto, massive company, and they obviously said, "Oh, we do like the WK scooters." So we had the smaller one called the SXI, and you've got the bigger one, which is the maxi scooter called the MXI. Took the SXI out, and I'm thinking, do you know what? It's exactly the same price as the Lex Moto lowest range bike that they do, which is the Titan. But you get a lot more for your, as I said, and they've actually quoted me on it. You get a lot of bang for your buck for $2,000 for a bike. You're getting a lot of bike. I took the MXI out today. Now I tend to be very, very harsh and critical on my reviews. So if I don't like something, hence the Lex Moto LS said, the seat rubbed my ass and gave me a blister. Didn't like it. It's because I'm long in the leg. Yeah, you've got this horrible pointy seat.
You are officially a soft ass, Rev.
Yeah, exactly.
You get blisters on your ass.
It rubbed the base of my spine.
Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Rev is the receiver.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't get on with it. But if you're a shorter leg rider, the LSZ is all right for you. But obviously, the MXI took it out today. Big maxi scooter, had a run on it. And I don't give anything ever 50 out of 50. I could not fault this bike going up Brickhill Hill, and it's a 1 in 9 hill to climb up to my village. And I thought, I'll do the hill climb. Now, on the Lex Motos, I tend to drop 2 or 3 miles an hour. This thing's actually pulling away. I'm holding the throttle and I've got 43, 45. Just ease up on it. It's just pulling. When I actually check the specs on it, it's 2 horsepower more than the Lex Moto. And it's 10 to 15 mile an hour faster than Lex Moto and 200 quid cheaper. So I actually graded the bike 50 out of 50. The review's up tomorrow on it. But for a maxi scooter for $2,500, how the hell are they making this bike for $2,500 and bashing it out the door? And WK are a really, really good brand at the moment. So I can see, them pushing it out really, really good. Exit has just said AJS are Chinese now. They're okay for 125, same as the others, to be honest. Exploring UK, I remember AJS being decent years ago at Cadwell. They look good. Big thanks to Nick from RBR. Thank you very much. Glad things seem more positive. Yeah, thank you very much for the donation there, buddy. Simon, I don't think what I do in the next couple of weeks. I'll put cardboard down just in case. Oh, yeah. Hence the name Red Bum. Yeah, that came around. We went on holiday last September, and we went to the local. We stayed out in I think it was Suffolk. We went to a little lodge out in Suffolk, and I said to the missus, I said, "Oh, I'm going to go out and find a takeaway." And we walked into this Chinese takeaway. They've got a couple of Lexmoto Echoes. And I went, "Oh, good delivery bikes, little 50cc. And the little kid come out and he looked at me and he went, "I know you." And I went, "No, I'm on holiday, mate. I'm from Milton Keynes." And he went, No, I know you. I know you." Goes
He's
out.
he was Welsh, was he?
Yeah, well, yeah. And he went out the back and he said, "Mum, it's a Red Bum. It's a Red Bum." Yeah, and I got a free Chinese.
Was that
out.
after you was riding the Lexmoto?
That was after riding the Lexmoto. Yeah. I got a free Chinese out of it. So yeah, it's amazing. You go away on holiday and people just spot you and go, "Oh, I know you. I know you." Yeah. Not like TMF when he's sat in Super Sausage and someone spots him and goes, "Oh, hiya, TMF. Do you mind? I'm trying to eat my bloody breakfast. Don't disturb me." Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. And I'm not going to forgive him for that. I'm going to keep banging on about that. Never understand people not liking Chinese 125s. Most 125 bikes these days are Chinese. Even the Japs are made in China. Believe it or not, you've got two factories. You've got the Longzheng and the Longzheng and the Shuzheng or something. But the two factories, either side of the Chinese dual carriage, Zhongsheng and Luzheng, that's it. Two factories either side of a massive dual carriageway in the Zhongsheng district. One does Honda parts, one does Lexmoto and all the like Yamasakis and all your Chinese bikes that come out. Exactly the same engine components. The factories share the engine components. And then everyone goes, "Oh, I wouldn't touch a Chinese bike. You ought to buy a Honda." It all comes out the same factory, mate. It's just stamped different on the casings.
I think it's different in quality of parts and metals they use, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me just. Problem, mate. It's been nice. Things staying positive. Yeah. Ride safe, Nick. Yeah. Thank you very much for the donation. Lady J Ryder. I had a feeling TMF wasn't. He's all right, but once you get to a certain ranking, I tend to see it. You get a certain ranking on YouTube, and then you tend to start to get up your own arse. You think you're a superstar.
An influencer.
Yes, I'm an influencer, or you get these people that go, "Oh, I'm a TikToker." All right, how many views? How many followers? Oh, I've got 200,000 followers on TikTok. I influence people. Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah.
You influence the brain dead and the easily led, don't you? Let's face it, you don't actually influence things.
Believe it or not, probably one of the biggest YouTubers at the moment, and everyone's heard of Royal Jordanian, and he is such a down to earth guy when you actually meet him. I've met him once, and I said to him, "Jesus Christ, you've got like I think 2 million followers now." And you're earning all this money off of YouTube. How do you cope with it? And he went, "I never show my face. I don't talk about my family." He said, "The only thing that I ever don't like is the bush that's in my back garden because the mother-in-law bought it for me, and I hate the damn thing." He said, "So I tend to throw parts at it." So if you watch some of like Royal Jordanians, he's throwing bits into this bush to try and kill it. But I said to him, I said, I don't want to be rude, but you must be, you could literally live off your YouTube earnings. And he went, "Believe me or not, I do not earn a penny off of YouTube." Why? Because I give it all to Great Ormond Street. Once a month, I give my YouTube money to Great Ormond Street. All right. Why do you do that? He said, "Well, with a name like Royal Jordanian, what do you think I am?" Okay, enough
Not
said.
poor. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Royal Jordanian is a Royal Jordanian, and that is why he uses the name. He's one of the family, basically. So well, why do you do YouTube? I do it because I'm bored, because I enjoy riding around on my Nuda. And it was just the fact that he'd got the Nuda and no one's got a Nuda. That's why he's popular. We've got a new subscriber square up for a wee Lex Moto Echo to partly based on. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Lex Moto Echo. Believe it or not, we have a 16 plate Pulse Scout on our yard. That thing has been thrown down the road multiple times. It comes back. We strap it together. We zip tie it all back together. And the bloody thing still runs. You can't kill the bike. It's been ragged within an inch of its life, and it still goes because it has a regular oil change, and we're using decent petrol in it. But yeah, TMF might turn up at Wildbad with his Caro.
Don't forget to let the tyres down on it, Jed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lady J, influencer. Yeah, I thought it may be something like that. Yeah. All these people that say, you know, I've got 1 million followers and I'm an influencer. There is a lot of people that come on my channel, and we had, what was it? Professional Monkey in from America. He's a massive, massive channel, and he just came in to say hi, and everyone's going, Professional Monkey's in. Yeah, he's just another biker to us. You know, he's not. We don't have God status in this room. Except,
there's no justice. Some channels have got loads of subs and content. What about Lockwood? I was watching his video tonight. He hasn't got 1,000 subscribers yet.
I know.
That's just insane.
Everyone says that me and Lockwood are like lovers because I love the stuff that Lockwood does, and you know.
I watched his Hard Not Pass video tonight, and
I haven't watched it yet.
So don't normally pay any attention to subscriber numbers. It's not something I tend to look at. But I glanced down at it, and I'm like, what? I can't believe he's not even over 1,000 now, because it's mad. The content's brilliant. Yeah, really interesting stuff, and he's got a presence on screen.
Rob's a
really good.
Nice guy. Yeah, Rob is a really nice guy as
so
well. You know?
If you're in the chat and you don't know Lockwood, go and find his channel.
Oh God, yeah. Right, let me just
link up.
I'm going to stick
do that.
Yeah, my boy.
It's really good stuff, and you know, I'm just amazed that he hasn't got more subscribers. But
there we go. Lockwood's channel, Lockwood 92, and we all know what the 92 stands for, Simon. I'm not going to let on. Right, there we go.
The other channel I wanted to mention, because Andy made some comment before he left about wild camping on a roundabout in Milton Keynes.
Oh, Curious Goose.
And actually, the Curious Goose does do that, and he makes great videos. I mean, he's really good. So I like the Curious Goose. To stick his.
And yet he's only got 850 subscribers.
I know exactly what's that about as well, because he's a biker who does stealth camping, and he's a young lad, and I like his content. He does good stuff. He's funny. He's witty, you know.
There we go. That's Curious Goose's channel. So go and sub them. But Lockwood is there. That's Lockwood's channel, Lockwood 92, and Curious Goose as well. So yeah, Curious Goose is my mate. Another good channel.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, Exeter Rider as well. Massive.
He don't need the subs. Don't promote him. He don't need the subs, does he? He hit 10K.
Exactly. Yeah, he is a massive channel.
He's heading towards TMF territory, isn't he?
He's an influencer full on now.
He's an influencer.
God, yeah.
It's just.
It must be. It must be something to do with the, you know, if the less hair you've got, the more your channel goes up.
That's me fucking.
Yeah, me and you. Well, I'm getting there. I'm losing it on top now, so I should probably be up. Believe it or not, when because obviously when I met up with Simon for the first time, Simon had got I think about 400 subs. And you look at Simon's channel now. Simon's about 3,500 heading for the 4. I'm still at 3,250, and everyone goes, bloody hell, you know, you haven't climbed. I don't give a rat's ass how many subscribers I've got. It's the fact that I'm putting content out there because I like putting content out there. I do it for me, not for anybody else.
I mean, the funny thing about sub numbers, and well, I won't go on about it too much because it's dull and YouTubey, but you can have big sub numbers and low views, and like I've got, I don't know, 1,500 subs or something like that, and 95% of my views are from people who aren't subscribed to me. So, you know, I don't know what that says. Although I haven't, I mean, I had a break of 6 months, so I'm not complaining about views. You know, you don't get views if you don't post videos. But yeah, sometimes you look at the analytics and it's a bit weird anyway.
And it's like one of these, another one that's in the room. He's literally just joined us, Roland Keefe. We all know him as Roly. Massive influence. Well, I'd say he's not an influencer, but he's massive channel, and yet he's only got 697 subs. But some of his content is out of this world. You know, Roly bangs out some really good content, and he's always on the live stream with us. You know, chatting away, chatting the breeze or whatever, from down under. But obviously through him we met Kazumoto and obviously all the boys down there. So Roly's really good at what he does. Exploring UK, wish less hair, more subs was true. I'm not even 35 losing my hair on top. Most people cry about losing hair, but I don't call it money saving. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just think, the more hair falls out, the more money you save on shampoo.
Yeah. YouTube sucks. It only works if you're prepared to follow trends and keep up the momentum. Exactly. Yeah. Very long day tomorrow. Cheers, Darren.
Yeah, chasing subs is a loser's game. You know, if you get fixated on subs, and so many people think that they're going to make a living out of YouTube, and yeah, you got to push that 24/7 if that's what you're into. But
if you're going to make a living out of it, you need was it someone said you need 150,000 or 250,000
something
subs,
like that, I think,
minimum, and you need like 1 million views a month.
Yeah.
I mean, the pressure that they must feel, and you can see it. Some channels I followed for years, and you can see where they kind of suddenly up their game and they're hitting the kind of 100,000 subs, and it's almost like the fun has gone out of it. It's become content because they've got to churn out content, and I get that. And I made a comment on one of my videos about tent reviews. I sent the tent back recently. Somebody sent it to me, and I thought it was shit. And I said to them, look, you really don't want me doing this review because it's not going to be very favourable. And nobody'd ever said that to them. Nobody'd ever sent it back. They didn't even have a return address. It was a Chinese company, and they were like, "Do you not want to keep it?" And I said, "No, have it back. I don't want it." And I went and looked at all these reviews online, and nobody had given a negative review. And when I looked into the channels, they'd reviewed numerous items from this same company. And the thing about it is they're chasing content. So they're desperate to get the next bit of kit to review, and they do a positive review. And what that tells you about online reviews, I don't know, but it is because these channels are now making a living at it, and they're desperate for content. They've got to churn out a new video every week, isn't it? I think the algorithm wants you to do one a week, and you know, when you're in a very limited field. I mean, the thing about motovlogging is you can talk shit forever. There's always something to talk about. But if you're a camping channel or a photography channel or something, I guess the scope's very limited. Particularly if you're even more limited because you're a kit review channel. You're constantly looking for the next bit of content, and it must be a lot of pressure when they're doing it. You know, when they've set this, this schedule. And I did it for a while. I did it for 12 months. I turned out a video once a week for 12 months. And I hated it, I'll be honest. And I just decided, I'm just going to put out a video when I've got something I want to talk about. You know?
Exactly. Lady J Ryder, you now have 201 subs. Yay! Go girl, go girl. There we go. The Adventures of Pella the Enfield. I've got 271 subs. I'm into it. Just for some people are into it. You asked for the fun. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, well done. Yeah, just do it. Don't think you're going to make a living out of it. Last year, I was and I've got three and a bit thousand subs. But some of my videos were hitting 25, 30,000 views.
Mhm.
I'm thinking, bloody hell, this is going well. The first month in, I'd done 125 quid. I'm thinking, blimey, this ain't bad, for a little bit of pocket
Yeah.
money.
Well, that's the thing. It's the views that make the money. It isn't the number of subs you've got.
Yeah. And then the following week, and I'm thinking, they've got it wrong here. And I actually emailed them and said, you've got it wrong. How can I earn this much money? And they went, one of your videos has just gone over 100,000. I'm like, right. And I actually earned 441 quid for the month. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, this is real. Now, this month, looking at I've made no money because you've got to earn 60 quid before you can get any money back. I've done 35 quid.
I made £6 this month.
Yeah. So I'm going to get bugger all this month, but I tend to smack all my money back into my equipment anyway.
I think I average about £8 a month. You get, they work it out roughly, what is it, £1 for every 1,000 views or something?
£1 for 1,000 views, yeah. Penny it's basically a penny a click, or 0.1 penny a click or something. Yeah.
I really don't give a shit. Well, my money can sit there in AdSense account until there's enough there for me to buy something. I really don't care.
Exactly.
I've got 4 videos that I did like 4 years ago that are like in the 40, 50,000 views, and every month I get lots of hits on them. I have no idea why, but they just.
You see, some of my older videos have had thousands and thousands of views, and there's nothing special about that video, other than it's probably been recommended to somebody because of a hashtag in it or something similar to what they want.
I don't think mine are even down to tags. They're like how-to videos, and I don't do those anymore because you spend all of your life, well, I was going to say arguing, disagreeing with people in the comments, should we say, and the more views you get on a video, the more spammy comments you get, and it just becomes constantly.
I changed mine from not how to as how I do.
How I do. Well, mine have always been how I do because I've never done it right.
I saw it on first of all.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought, you know what?
My gearbox rebuild video, which I start off at the beginning saying, I'm an idiot. I have never done this before. And I have a Haynes manual. That's it. And I still have people contact me saying, I need your help to help me rebuild my video. And I'm like, rebuild my gearbox. And I'm like, have you watched the video? You know what I mean? I patently don't know my arse from a hole in the ground. You're asking me for advice. Come on. But because they don't. They skip through the video. They see somebody messing with a gearbox and think you're a mechanic. And I'm definitely not a mechanic.
But I've had a sort of a couple of ideas of stuff that I want to do over the next couple of weeks, and I'm thinking, shall I do it? It's very near the. It's like obviously you with your camping. It's like, right, I'm digging a hole. Guess what I'm going to put in this hole?
A body.
Then, all right, there's something in the hole, and I've just covered it up, but I've left it here, and it's going to mature, and we're going to plant a tree on top of it in the next 6 weeks. Stuff like that.
I'm not really bothered about the advertisers. I saw Peaky's. He did a poll, didn't he, on YouTube about swearing, and I get it, but you know what? You just say what you got to say, and if it demonetizes, it's the same with music for me. There are times I use the YouTube library. If it's just background music, but sometimes there's a particular track I want to use and I'll put it on and it means that the video is completely demonetized, and it's annoyed me. A couple of them have been big view videos that have got a lot of views, but I used a track that I wanted to use because that was the music I wanted, and I've had no revenue off it, and that's just the way it goes, because I just wanted that one in,
See, I say, because I was saying to Peaky, probably one of my my next video, because everything is monetized by ads at the moment. So as soon as you click the video, you get an ad. So I'm like, I said to him, how about starting off with your face going, do you know what? I wouldn't buy this product. No, this product is crap. Anyway, let's roll the video and see how.
I always said I wasn't going to monetize, and YouTube changed their rules, and they basically said that they would stick ads on your videos, whether you're monetized or not. And I thought, well, at least I can have some control, because if I say it's not kid friendly, they're not going to be advertising the fucking Disney Channel before my stuff. Exactly. Now I don't know what they advertise, because I have to confess I have an ad blocker on my system, and I've never seen an ad on a YouTube channel yet. But and that's probably a terrible thing to say, but you know, if I could if I could guarantee no ads on my videos, I would not be monetized.
The only thing I did with the ads was I turned off the mid-roll advert.
Mid-roll ads,
you get in the middle. I turned that off because I thought I don't want people watching my stuff and getting an advert right in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know how long a video has to be to get mid-rolls. I don't know that mine are often.
I don't know, but I switched it off anyway.
Normally,
me too.
Normally
that does affect your revenue, because that's
20 minutes, is it? All right. Yeah. No, I'm the same. I've turned them off, and I also turned side banners, and I turned off basically every option you can, apart from the compulsory ads. So
pretty much the same. But personally, I've not seen a YouTube advert since I got YouTube Premium with my new contract on my phone. And that's great. There is people who I watch do get some of that sub from my
oh, I see. Yeah.
Because if you look on your breakdown, it's on the bottom.
Best thing to do, and I'm going to give the game away here. I tend to do this on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Log in. So make yourself a second YouTube account using a separate email. Nothing to do with your first email that you use for your YouTube. Log into your secondary account and go incognito. So if you're using Chrome, use an incognito channel. Sign into your second YouTube name and watch your channel back. You can go into that channel, videos, play all, and hit play button and let the videos roll overnight.
Did you know now YouTube have got something that stops you doing that, or it discounts them or limits the access or monetary access?
Yeah, but what
if they find your videos are being watched constantly like that, if they see it, they've got an algorithm thing that says actually we believe friends or family may be watching, leaving it on. Basically, they can detect it's being done.
Okay. The other thing to do is when the advert comes on, click on the advert and follow the link. And then shut the link down. So click the advert, follow the link, shut the link down. Do it on your next one. Click the link, follow the link, shut the link down.
Yeah, but every time you do that, you're earning 0.1 pence. I can't see the point.
Yeah,
I really can't. I really can't.
I spend hours doing that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's run through some of these side chats. Everything that interrupts my viewing, fake off ads. Yeah,
I agree.
Marini has gone back now. Oh, the Honda. Code Gray's off. Thanks very much, Code, for popping in, mate. Much appreciated. I've got both mobiles watching this stream, so count it as 2 people. Thank you very much.
Yeah, me too, look.
We shall be heading. Are you carrying on, Simon?
I'm probably not going to know. I've got a long weekend.
I'm back in 6 a.m. in the morning because we had a massive 2-hour overrun today. So I'm back in at 6 a.m. in the morning. Maybe up Super Sausage on Sunday if you're there. If you get there early, Simon, I'll meet you there at 9 o'clock. I'll get you a brekkie. I'll treat you to
You've got a deal. I want sausage and bacon.
That's all right.
With an extra side of bacon.
Yeah, full breakfast, I think. It's for me and you.
Sounds like a deal. Right, so if anybody can get there before 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Red's buying breakfast. Yeah,
I don't think I'll make it.
but
I am going to go out for a ride tomorrow. Winter is dropping off up here, and I'm getting out. I've got my shiny bike.
They've just warned for the beast from the east coming in next week.
Yeah, I know. The last time the beast from the east came, it ripped the roof off my bloody garage. So
it didn't it? I saw that. Yeah,
but it's got a really good roof this time. Solid roof. But yeah,
that's it. The walls are probably collapsed now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right. So quick thank you to everybody. There's so many people in the side chat tonight. I'm trying to scroll and keep an eye on everybody, but Yeah, try and get. I don't think. Yeah, Rowley, you're going to have to be like a 24-hour flight to get here, mate. But thank you to everybody that's come into the side chat. Thanks for everyone that's been on the chat with us tonight. Can't thank you enough. There's still 34 people watching, 35 still watching at the
You're
moment.
going to dump them all and go.
I know. Sorry, people came in late. But don't forget, I'm gonna promote a couple of channels. So go back into the side chat, watch the rerun, go subscribe to Rowley, Lady J Ryder, Ponkster,
Yeah, I'm gonna go and subscribe to them now.
Go and check them all out. Howie, Exeter Rider, Code Grey. Oh God, Burning Gas. There are loads. Check out all those people. If you want to know who the people are that we follow, description down below on every video that I do is a link to every single channel that we follow. Ponkster's in there, Simon's in there, Andy GSA Tractor.
Go and watch Lockwood's video.
Yeah, go and watch Lockwood's video, Lockwood 92. Go and catch him up. But check out all the channels down below in the description. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody that's come in. Thanks to my hosts, obviously Simon and Mr. Camping Man himself, the Ponkster. Thanks, Chris.
Don't call him a camping. That's not.
We will see you if you're out. Yeah, if you're out for the ride.
I'm a modern guy, you know.
Yeah, we'll see you up Super Sausage 9 o'clock if you get there early enough. Cup of tea and brekkie on Rev. All right. But until the next time, guys, be well, ride safe. As Simon says, rubber side down, shiny side up. And from myself, be well, ride safe. And from RB, it's a big goodbye from me. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Have a good one.
Ta-da.
Take care.